Okay, I've got some images from a friend and had a quick look at them, and there's potential there. So one of the most important things with planetary imaging is how we process our images, and you're really, one of the main benefits you will get from processing or from practicing your processing is your images will look better. So I'll quickly run through this as probably as quick as I can. You can always slow it down and come back, and we'll see what we can do. So I'm recording it for the friend so he can see what I'm doing, and also depending on how it goes or whatever the decision's made, maybe we even upload it and someone else can do it. So I won't talk about too much. So anyway, but here we are. We've got some Saturn images. So let's get started. So in Registax, we're gonna, and I've already made the wavelets folder, and I'm going to save into there. It's just going to make it easier. You don't get confused with what's here. So drag and drop the first one. I can already see there is a little bit of a little bit of atmospheric dispersion. So first thing I'm going to do there is RGB align, create the box, and I quickly went through some of the other ones too, and it looks like it changes slightly during the course. I've got, what have I got? 8, 12, 13 captures here. So already it's told us that they're out, and then a bit later on it changes around, but you can see it's made a marked difference. So let's go do all. So the second thing is your step increment. Just leave it at 0 to start with. Always click on the boxes and it'll show you which parts it's going to sharpen. And if you can look there, that will blow out the rings. Like it'll make them bulbous sort of thing. But if you come back up here, use that. This will create noise, but see how they still remain light, sort of thing. So now we image at a different image scale. See how this one's starting to already, like something in between. If I pull that across there, see how the rings start to fatten up. See how they burn and they start to fatten up. It's too much. But you don't want to add just noise. See how there's a lot of noise there. So it's a balance, and we're going to put this in Registax. We're going to put this in WinJupos, and we'll derotate it, so the noise will go away. But what we want to define, if we can, the Cassini division, so it makes it a lot easier to line up our wire frame in WinJupos. So if you look at that there, that's how you tell. See how that's just pointless. Always click on the boxes because each night's imaging is a little bit different. Majority of the time you won't use anything. I'm starting to, with my image scale up around 8,000, I'm starting in 9,000 on the 24, use the bigger ones, but ultimately I don't really use them. So at the moment you can look at that, or if you reset it to 0, so that'll be too noisy, but you come down here and this is sort of, that's further than the equivalent of 1 when the step increment is increased. Anyway, we might use that. So what we're going to do is, and we'll do a RGB balance, tiny bit out. That'll do. Do all, save. I'm going to just put, we don't want to save as a JPEG, that will be no good. I'm going to put W, but we're going to go in here. Save, first one, go. So we might just, we'll come back and have a look at the RGB and atmospheric dispersion in a couple more Yeah, it's still looking okay. Save. Might do 6 and then we'll redo the atmospheric, just the RGB align. Actually, might do it now. This one here. Okay, RGB align. See how there's a little bit of fringing on the red on the bottom. You can click the box in auto stack it to see. Watch these numbers here. Auto stack it to align the channels. Stayed the same. That's good news. Alright, save image. I think those are going to look quite nice. Oh, I did not put that in there. Yes, that's the, I'll delete that, that's the one. Alright, I'll go again. That was the sharpened one. Into there. Do all, save. And it looks like the seeing stayed pretty consistent. They're all, it doesn't drop off too much. We might redo that one. It doesn't drop off too much. See how they're gone now? Can I click red up one? What will it do? The line's starting at the back, but the front is a little bit more clean. We might leave it like that. Give it a little bit more. All we need at this stage is to have that wireframe be able to line up quite easy. That's what we're hoping for here. We don't need to go too early to, and I've stuffed that up. 26W, you can stay in there. We don't need to go too early with the sharpening because it will only cost us later. Alright, one more. Alright, that looked pretty good. Wavelets. Right, I get rid of you. Sometimes it's difficult to derotate that many without generating artifacts, but I'll do the image measurements for all, and then we'll decide how many we're going to put together. So, celestial body, Saturn, recording, image measurements. Okay, new folder, desktop, wavelets. This is them. Let's go. Now, if you look here, you can only move the wireframe when you're in the adjustments tab. The over here, the LD value, you can do it here or you can do it later. I just do it later, so I'll leave it at 1 there. But that is the reason why most of us get ringing around our planets when we do derotation. You see, like a Jupiter's and that have got a big ring down one side of the planet. Most of the time, that's what it is. So I'll address this later. Okay, we've got this, and actually that's interesting. That's, you'll see that wireframe is from one of my old images, my last images I did here. So that's the difference in image scale between mine and this particular image. So very interesting. A little bit bigger. All right. Yeah, so I sometimes mess up the ADC settings myself. It's not the easiest of arts, especially how you're seeing things for the night. It can be very, very tricky. That's pretty close. Maybe one more down. So page up, page down is size. And P is rotation in that direction, N rotation that way, and then your arrow keys will move the frame. So there's a little line there, draw outline frame. Might be one too big. I'm just looking up at the end, up the back here. What if we go one smaller? I think that's it there. Righto, nice work. Here we go, save. Desktop. Righto, they're all going to go in there. Open file, next one. Yeah, that looks... Do I go up? No. I come down one. That's it. That's where it was. Save to. Get you out of there. We might move that across a little bit. Just so we can fit it all on. Righto, that's the 2. So third one. Number 3. That definitely needs an adjustment. If you have a look, see this bottom edge down here? And then the top edge there, there's a gap and there's nothing there, so it's just turned maybe 1 or 2, so that will be P. I'm going to go 2. That's it. Image, save, save, open. Number 4. Adjustment, we're going to go another. See there's a little gap there, little gap here, one click, that's it. 4. Open image. Number 5. One more click. I'm happy with that. Adjustment, no, we want to open. Number 6. Just slowly turning. Okay. Going 2 that time. Number 7. Where are you? There we go. We'll go 1 on this one. Down here, look. Yep. Open. 7, 8. One more. 2. Image, save. Yep. Adjust. What am I doing? 7. That was 8. 5, 9 was done. Tells you down here which is your last one done. I don't know why I'm looking up there. I'm going to leave that one. That looks pretty good. Save. Open. 02, 05. This one needs a bit of adjustment too, so we're probably going to go up. 2. Maybe down 1. Yep, I'm happy with that. That sort of looks a bit average, that one. That might even be one that we drop out of the 105. If it doesn't look like it's going to take all of those, we might chop that one out. Actually, might chop some of the last ones out. Image adjustment. P. N. Left. Up. Yep, I'm happy with that. open. What have we got? 109. Here we go. 2 to go. Going to go up with P. That'll do. Last one, lucky last. 16. We might even drop the last 4 out. They would probably be my preference. Save. Another thing, adjustment, zoom in, like always zoom in to get a proper lineup. But if you take a wide field image, maybe the first and maybe one in the middle, maybe like take a capture or bigger, and you can line up the moons, it makes it so much easier to get the orientation and the size of the circles, because sometimes it's not clear. It's like you can look down here, but when the moons are there, you'll see little dots here. You can even over-process the image in Registax, bring it in here, and it'll get you the size of the wireframe that you need, and then it makes it so much easier because you don't need to touch very often the side. So I always recommend taking a wide field image. Righto, so we've got that, we're done there. Tools, do rotation, edit, add, wavelets, that's that's someone else. Okay, let's start with all of them. Alright, LD value, if we leave that at 1, it's going to create artifacts. So Saturn's nowhere near as bad as Jupiter, but it definitely will. So we'll put it at 80. Let's go with 600 pixels. Righto. It doesn't look too bad, but what we will do is we're going to delete. Can I do? No, so one at a time. Remove. Yep. Remove. Yep. Remove. And this should be, maybe do the last one. Remove, how many there? Still a fair few there. 02. Might go back to 54. Remove. 59. Remove. Okay, observer. Let's put something else there. So it UT, same size, compile image, LD value. Righto. Let's get back into it. Get rid of WinJupos, we don't need that now. That's one of them, that's the second one, and that's the first one. This one's the one with all of the captures. And the one up the top is the one with the last 5 or 6 missing. So we'll go again, RGB align. That should keep pretty close. It shouldn't have any 2s or anything in there. 0. So these, I'll stretch it out. These edges is red and that, like it could have even been shot late in the night, like early in the morning, or just the ADC wasn't perfectly aligned, which, as I said, I've done numerous times. You're concentrating on so many other things out there, trying to get the best frame rates, gain, blah, blah, blah. So, all right, that's great. We've sorted that out. Now let's go back. I'll take that out of there because it's always good to process in its natural size. If you do that and then you stretch it out, it develops artifacts. See all those artifacts now? Let me go to there. They all looks like artifacts, but if you click and let it go back to there. So, right, that's probably the one I'd look at. See how clear the ring is? Well, it's not bad either. But see, when you get down here, See how the ring doesn't go all the way around anymore? You get down here, look how far the Cassini goes. And you do this again, well even that's probably even a tiny bit better. That Cassini goes so far, but you get down here and it looks rubbish. So if you were to use this slider, it's just shit, just goes to crap. So reset. After you've derotated everything, then usually it takes a lot less sharpening. But we're going to use this one, and we might even use Gaussian because we'll do everything here now. I really like the way that looks. RGB balance. We get a little bit of red, tiny bit of blue. No, reset. That's pretty close. Maybe take green away. Depends what you want it to look like. We don't want the rings to get... That's pretty close. Alright, here we go. Right, I see how you're getting all of this here? And when you sharpen, it pulls everything in and then it exposes the red again. So we don't really want to do that, and to be honest, the image is quite nice. Alright, this is just the first one, remember? This is the one with all of them in there, so we might do that. Just a little bit of saturation. Down here, we don't want that much. Such a balance. Now I know if we went back to WinJupos, let's drag this one in, see what this does. See if it changes. See if that edge there changes, because the more you stack together, the more you'll have edges. So we'll drop this in. It's going to go blank, so it's hard to tell. But see if it changes, see if anything in the image changes. Here we go, 1, 2, 3. I feel that's improved slightly. Right, let's have a look at, I don't know whether we're going to be able to get rid of after we sharpened, will it move any of the channels around? No, it still won't, but if we push that up 1, do all, it's just up the top. Alright, what if we go blue down to try and hide a bit of that red at the front? Probably not. Alright, well, enough is enough. This, you can't complain about this images. This image is quite nice. It's very nice. And it just goes to show that different ways to process different images Alright, so we do that. Maybe we can soften that a little bit. Alright, what about saturation? You can do it in GIMP, but I don't want to make this too long. It might. Red, what do we want to get rid of? Too red. Too green. I think that's pretty close. I think that's the one we want. Alright. So this is the one that left out the last few captures. So this is the one I think we ended up dropping the last 6 off. So save image. I've already saved that one. We'll save it as a JPEG and we'll save it to the desktop and drop it in that folder. Where did it go? Actually, we'll just drop it into save image, into wavelets. Yep. Which one's that? That'll be it there, will it? No. JPEG. Alright guys, happy with that? I'll drop the old image over the top. Alright, thanks for that. It's a good little muck around. Bye for now.